Vegas fantasy. Our Vegas fantasy. It's not a show about sex.
No.
It's about football.
Cha-cha-cha.
The key gets lower as the season gets longer. As we hit week 14. Hi, I'm Kenny Davidsen.
I'm Christina Shaw. I like that key, actually.
You like that key better?
Yeah, that was
Maybe
nice.
we'll keep it there from now on. We'll see. That's the great thing about doing your own theme song every week is you can do it whatever key you want.
You can do whatever you want,
You can
really.
do whatever you want.
We can change the lyrics.
We know we could.
I mean,
This is true.
but I like the lyrics.
Options.
It's not a show about sex.
It's not a show about sex.
Except when
No.
we get to the after.
I mean, at times this is a show about sex.
Keep our listeners on
So,
their
is
toes.
that the new thing? At times it's a show about sex, but mostly it's about football. No, can't do that.
Yeah, I like that.
We have hit the final week of the fantasy regular season. It is week 14. I can't believe this.
I'm going to cry.
I know.
I always cry once it's over.
I do too. I had a major letdown.
Except for this week when I text Kenny and said, I effing hate fantasy football. It was one of those
You
weeks.
had a rough week this week,
It was
huh?
one of those weeks.
Yeah. So how many playoff teams do you have?
I clinched 2.
Okay.
I'm in the running for 2, and I'm out of Dynasty.
Dynasty, you're in the consolation bracket for the first overall pick with me, because I am in that bracket for the first time since we played Dynasty. And the auction league, we're both out of that too, because my team's 5-8 in that league.
No, I still have a chance.
Oh, you're 6 and 7. That's right. You're alive. You need help.
I need help, and I
Yeah.
need somebody else to. I forget exactly.
Right.
But I still have a shot.
And in New York,
I still have a shot in New York too.
Okay.
They're my two. They're my 2 teams that I might have a chance.
but the podcast league you're in.
I'm in the
And
podcast.
we're going to talk about how I screwed that up this week.
Oh,
Even
yeah.
though I was out, I'm out anyway. But man, I should be 7 and 6 and still alive, and I'm not.
We were doing so good in the beginning of the year.
Yeah,
Kenny.
well, when you lose Cooper Kupp and you lose Javonte Williams, not easy to replace that.
There are in my dynasty team, I have 6 players on IR.
Yeah.
6. I can't recover from that.
I know.
It sucks. It's so disheartening sometimes.
My 3 starting quarterbacks are Kyler, Matt Stafford, and Carson Wentz.
Oh.
What are you supposed to do?
Yeah,
And I have Cooper Kupp.
and freaking
right?
Scott has Jalen Hurts on his bench.
I know.
It burns my soul.
I know.
Burns my soul.
Burns her soul, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Burn Your Soul fantasy show. This
Anyway,
is very true.
So how did you do this week?
Well, I had a good week. I was over 500 again. I think I was, what was I, 38 and 28? I'm actually, now of course I'm getting going. So I've clinched playoffs in 16 leagues. I have another 14 or 15 where if I win, I'm in this week. And then I have another 10 or so after that I would win and need help, but that's not realistic. So we'll see how many I can get in. If I got 50% in this year, I will be like, I'll take it. That's a very low number for me. I'm usually wanting 70% in. If I get 50 in, I'll, the way this year's gone, I will,
I know. I mean,
I'll take it.
I'm pretty happy with 2. If I get one of these other 2 that I have a chance, I'll be very happy that I went 3 out of the 2. Now let me ask you something. Because you have so many teams, and because probably you have how many? You said you're completely out of 10.
I'm completely out of about 20 already. Yeah.
So do you just stop trying?
No, I never stop trying. I mean, if a team is eliminated, what I won't do is I won't make bids on waivers.
Okay, but
I will make
set a
sure a lineup is set.
Yeah.
And I will pick up scraps. I'll do the after midnight stuff.
Yes.
We found out there were a couple of Superflex leagues where I needed a quarterback, and at 6 a.m. I was still awake, and Davis Mills was announced as the starting quarterback for the Texans. I picked him up.
Right.
I'll do that just to fill lineups out and stuff like that. But I won't make trades because in my leagues, if you're out of the playoffs, you can't make a trade.
Right.
And then secondly, I just won't make claims. I won't bid on players like that because unless I've got something to gain, I have a bet with Scott Teeple. We have a bet in our 5 leagues. Whoever finishes higher. So if I have something to gain, then I have to do something like that. Right?
That's cool. You have little side bets.
We have some side bets. I have
That's
a side bet
fun.
with Scott Frankel too. Yeah. So I mean, for those reasons, I might do it, but I don't want to disrupt the league in order to make that
Right.
happen.
Right. Interesting.
Yeah,
so is it getting easier for you now that you
yesterday was my easiest waiver day of the year because I was done in a couple hours because I'm doing now half my teams.
A couple hours.
Yes.
Kenny, a couple hours?
It's usually 4 hours.
That's insane.
It's not insane. It's what you take
4 hours of your day.
It's what you do. If you play 70 leagues.
That is what it takes for 70
That's what it
leagues,
takes.
ladies and gentlemen.
I was on the phone yesterday. There's a guy. His name is Neil Mushlin, and he lives on the East Coast. I'd never met him personally. He is in probably a dozen of my leagues. He also plays in over 100 fantasy leagues, and he is all high stakes. He was talking about a 10K league that he's in. He's a monster player. And he's talking about the fact that he's trying to break even this year. He's having there are a lot of really good players out there that are having crappy years. Yeah. But he does it too, and this is what he does. And you spend your day. This is what your Tuesday. His days are Tuesdays and Wednesdays where you just got to do all this work. Jeez. This is what you do.
That's some dedication, Mr. Davidsen.
It's what it is. Yeah. But you know what? You're playing for money.
Yeah.
This is what you got to do to win.
And it's fun, and it's only what.
It's 17 weeks. It's 100,
if you're lucky.
It's 119 days of fury. That's what I used to call it. And then, you go back to your life.
And then you go back to your life.
And it's only it's the worst day of the week for me is Tuesday.
Tuesdays, right.
That's it. Tuesdays, we come and do the podcast, and then I spend the day on my phone doing my waivers. And that's it. Is it that big a deal? No. It's what I want to do.
And then Sunday, I'm sitting in front of the TV for 12 hours. And my husband's like, 24 hours of commercial-free football. I'm like, Sean, it's every week it just gets 28 hours, 30 hours of commercial. I'm like, Sean.
See? We all have our levels of dedication that we need to do.
Yes.
Right?
I just like watching it.
So.
Anyway.
So there we go. So, what was your record this week? Is it 1-4?
Yes,
I
1-4.
Ooh, worst time of the week to have that.
Brutal. I know. There was a couple games that, and we'll talk about it later. But there was a couple games that I was very close to winning, and it was bad. And I really needed the wins in those leagues. So,
I have a league where that last Monday night game, Brady throws the touchdown to Godwin, and was taken off the board. That would have won me a league, but lost me another league. Oh. He then threw the touchdown to Rachaad White, and that won me the other league, but lost me the other one. And the only person, there was one league where if he threw a touchdown to anybody but Rachaad White, I would have lost that league. But he threw it to Rachaad White, and I won because I had Rachaad White against Tom Brady. So I ended up winning that. It's it's wild.
I know.
Monday Night Football is an experience.
Yes. Or it's not. Or you're just like, okay, I'm completely lost in every league and I'm not even going to watch it.
I haven't had that situation on Monday Night Football in years now. I've not had a situation.
Well, yeah,
I've not had a Monday night game where I haven't had something to do.
I had
in
nothing.
a very long time.
I had nothing this Monday. I was like, I'm not watching it. I'm not wasting my time. I was so mad because when you get it, when you have a bad beat, you just get, I text Kenny, I'm done with fantasy football. I hate it. Mm-hmm. But honestly, I think this has been my worst week.
Yeah.
And it's not that for being my worst week. It's not horrible.
No, it's not.
So, I did pat myself on the back. We should think about the wins, Kenny.
Yes, we should.
Not the losses.
Yes. And we should think about Jalen Hurts, who had an amazing week, right? Yes. Jalen Hurts has been unbelievable this year. I believe he's QB1 of the week.
Yeah.
Good week for him.
380 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Yep.
He only rushed for 12 yards.
Yeah, that's low for him.
Yeah. That's shocking.
My boy Joe Burrow.
So glad you talked me into drafting him in my ESPN league.
Absolutely.
I must say. Thank you for that, Kenny.
I've come to a thought that Mahomes is like the magician, right? Allen is the athletic freak.
Oh, yeah.
And Burrow's the guy that's going to beat them year in, year out.
Ooh.
Like Burrow is like the Brady to them. Like he's the winner of the group. I just have this thing with him. I think he's just an assassin.
Yeah.
Not flashy, but just gets it done.
Yes. And that's why I wanted that flashy quarterback. And that's why I was like, I don't know about Burrow. And I'm so glad you talked me into that.
He's amazing.
Because I wouldn't have drafted him.
Yeah.
And my year could have been completely different.
He's my most roster quarterback. And now, other than now, Fields, because I picked Fields up everywhere. Mm-hmm. But yeah, this is my guy. He's been my guy for a while. And he'll be my guy, as long as I can get him. But now his price is going to go way up. So
yeah.
Geno Smith, what the hell?
Mr. Reliable this year.
I know.
Who would have thought?
He's not only reliable, he has made Metcalf and Lockett better and more reliable too. Lockett is no longer the Lockett that used to drive us crazy with like the 40-point games and the 2-point games. Lockett this year has 7 games that's hit 15. He's been consistent all year. I think he's 1 game under 10. This is Tyler Lockett.
And he's on my bench. Remember?
Right, because you have the Metcalf Lockett team.
Right. I made the mistake where I had drafted Metcalf and Lockett. And you get your brain gets in a drinking, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like
drinking.
Yeah,
like you said that in there. If you get your brain drinking, I
had a couple Coronas, whatever. And then I look over at my team, I'm like, I cannot believe I drafted both of them. And I think one week I had to play them both, and I almost had to play them both this week because of Slayton was questionable coming into the week.
It might have worked out anyway.
And I was, honestly, if I would have played both of them, I would have won.
Right. Yeah. That's how good they've been.
Won.
And you just don't even think I can't play 2 receivers from the same team.
I know, but can I?
Well, I mean, at this point, it's true.
Oh, man.
Because Gino's been so good, and they've been great.
Yeah.
Receivers. Devontae Adams. Did you see some of the catches he made?
Oh, my God. He's ridiculous.
Unbelievable.
So good.
He's insane.
I know.
Another one of my boys, Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah, 2 monster weeks, too.
Yeah, he's been hot. He's been playing great. Interesting now, DJ, but you noticed that DJ Chark's back, right? We haven't been able to sing the song. You want to sing the song?
Yes.
DJ
Chark, do 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 do. DJ Chark, do 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 do. DJ Chark, do 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 do. DJ Chark.
There you go.
Oh, it's so exciting.
He is. He's the second fiddle to Amon-Ra St. Brown. Aren't we happy about that?
I know. Is anyone playing him?
I picked him up in a couple leagues. I don't know if I trust him.
Yeah, I'm still a little leery.
Yeah. Problem is, it's a nice song and everything, but he gets hurt. So,
yeah.
Well, we didn't put that in the song either. Yeah. Right?
Every time I see touchdown DJ Chark, I'm like, I start singing the song.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, Christian McCaffrey. Yeah. Get this. I have Tony Pollard in one league. What is it now? 4 weeks in a row. 4 weeks ago, I didn't play him. Goes off. 3 weeks ago, I didn't play him. He goes off. 2 weeks ago, I used him. He gets 7 points. This week, I sit him. He goes off.
Oh. It's the curse.
Right?
It's the Pollard
They're
curse.
playing Houston this week. I'm starting him. You don't sit him this week.
Yeah.
That's an automatic. Watch him get 5 points.
Yeah.
Right? So frustrating.
He's just one of those guys.
Yeah.
And he's like I had said last week, I think Pollard needs to get traded and be a starting. He needs to be like the Eckler.
Or Zeke needs to retire.
Or that, yeah. Which I don't think Zeke's ready to retire.
I don't think he's ready to retire. And Zeke's still getting somewhat done. He's not great anymore, but he's still putting some numbers up.
Right.
So, should we do a song for our next one? Come on, somebody be right. Where are you? Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Was that my song? Did I make that up?
No, I thought you were going to do Be Right.
Oh, sorry.
Come on, somebody be right.
Be right.
There you go.
I don't know the song very well.
That's all there is to know.
Okay.
Yay! Why does he get on here? We've barely seen Joe Mixon on here. Mixon had the one really big week. Mixon's been fine. He hasn't been terrible. He's been fine. But he hasn't been but P. Ryan, they use P. Ryan better.
I know, and I picked him up everywhere.
And you didn't like it. You were upset about having to spend the money to get him.
And I am so glad I did. I mean, I still, went 1-4 this week. But I picked him up, and I got him everywhere.
Yeah.
Even in my non-Mixon leagues, I got him, and I was like, yes. In my ESPN, it really helped.
So that's something to remember going forward. Spending the money on the short-term handcuffs, even if it's only 2 weeks that you get on them, are worth it.
Especially at a time like this.
Yeah. I mean, Deion Jackson won me a couple of leagues when Taylor was hurt. I mean, those guys, they do something.
They come through.
Absolutely.
And you were weary about P. Ryan. I don't know. I've liked P. Ryan for the last couple years.
I was definitely weary, but he's been great.
Yeah, he has been.
Yep. Absolutely.
And I like his name.
Look who's back, by the way. Look who's back.
I was just
back again. DeAndre Swift
is back.
There you go.
Back again.
There you go.
Oh, man.
You trust DeAndre Swift going forward now?
No.
I got a funny feeling that he's going to be very good the rest of the year.
Yeah, because they got nothing to lose.
Right. They play really hard for Dan Campbell. They're a fun team to watch.
Watch lose?
The Lions. They're winning more. They played Buffalo really tough on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Right? Buffalo's supposed to be a lot better than them. They're playing really spirited football. They're fun to watch.
Spirited.
Yeah. And I think Swift's going to be a thing.
All right.
Rest of the year.
We'll see.
Oh, here's another thing. We forget about this every year. The weather turns cold, A.J. Dillon gets hot.
Yeah.
Right? We just wrote A.J. Dillon off all year because he was awful. He was not rosterable for most of the year. Now he's going off.
Now, yeah.
Right.
Why? Is he rostered a lot?
Now he is, yeah. Now you can't get him.
Stupid.
Right? But it's week 14. They're on bye this week. But
Yeah.
I expect him to be a thing down the stretch, too.
Yeah. He's had his best game of the year.
Yeah. Tight end this week. We talk about the tight end being a crap show every single week. The number one tight end of the week, you know who it was? It was Cade Otton.
Oof.
14 points.
Jeez.
Right? That's how
Cade
bad
Otton.
tight end was this week. Cade Otton with 14 points was tight end one.
That's bad.
Greg Dulcich with a good week. Noah Fant with a good week. Right? But nobody killed it at tight end.
No. Hurst got hurt.
Yep.
Oh, which was...
That's a killer.
Between that and Lamar Jackson leaving,
Yeah.
I'm just like, there goes. That's why, I lost the one league and that I really needed to win. And I had a shot. I had a good shot. And it's like, when that happens, it's like, there's literally nothing you can do.
No,
and
there's nothing you can do.
sucks. You just sit there and you watch a loss.
Yep.
Oh,
Nothing you can do. There really is.
it hurt.
Lamar, Lamar's not been great. Lamar had 2 weeks that he hit 40. You take those out, he's like 15 points a week.
Yeah, I guess.
And he's hurt.
Yeah.
Just saying. He's just one of those guys that I'm not crazy about. Really not. I think for fantasy, he's very overrated. I really do. One of the guys I don't win with.
Yeah.
So. And we have a defense on the highs this week.
I had to do it.
Cleveland Browns.
I had to. I said, Kenny, you got to put this defense because they rocked me.
Right.
I was like, well, I got no chance.
The last couple of weeks when Kyle Allen was quarterback, if you played anybody against the Houston Texans, you did pretty damn well. Now they're bringing Davis Mills back. I still expect Dallas to have a good game defensively, but I think Davis Mills is a little more responsible than Kyle Allen is.
Yeah.
Kyle Allen was awful.
Yeah.
I mean, awful.
Awful. Yeah, they got Cleveland defense got 30 points.
Yes. And speaking of Cleveland and awful, who crapped the bed? Did you crap the bed? Did I crap the bed? Did they crap the bed? We all want to know who crapped the bed. Crap the bed! And the new quarterback for the Cleveland Browns, crap the bed. Deshaun Watson.
Ugh.
Crap the bed.
Making his Browns debut and hasn't played in 700
It's been a long day. It's been a long
days
trip.
or something like that.
Yeah.
Man.
Bring back Jacoby Brissett.
I know. It's funny because I texted one of our friends, Eric, who hopefully is listening. Hi, Eric.
Browns fan.
And I was like, what are your feelings about Deshaun Watson coming back? How oh, gosh. And he was just like, well, I don't love it, but, I want them to win. So it's like.
It's such a quandary.
It's almost like when Michael Vick was coming back to the Eagles after all that dogfighting crap. It's
but Michael Vick served time.
Yeah,
there's a difference. I feel this is he didn't serve time. He's paying out money.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
It's really touchy to talk about this.
Oh,
So
it's
you can't root for a guy. You can't root for Deshaun.
Right, and then
you just can't. And we're in a business. We're trying to win money. It's how do you not use him? If he's going to win you money, it's
right.
This is how it works. I had the thing with Tyreek Hill years ago. I wouldn't draft Tyreek Hill, but Tyreek Hill, and then other people would get him. This is when we thought there was something going on with Tyreek and his kid and all that stuff, and other people would get him and they'd kill us. It's well, I mean, you have to separate
football.
This is the thing. We're using this. These are names and fantasy entities in a game. Right. It's not. You're not I don't know how to explain it, but it's not about the human being in this point because they are fantasy entities. It's really tough to differentiate the two. But the bottom line is that if they're in your player pool, you gotta if they're usable.
Well,
right?
He's not usable anyway.
I mean, I have issues where I got to use Deshaun Watson this week.
I mean, maybe he was
feels
just like,
on by, and I got to use him.
Yeah,
he's rusty as hell.
Just, nervous.
Oh, I'm sure. But he's been out of football a long time.
Yeah.
He's
And then Baker Mayfield.
Now a Ram.
Right.
Yeah.
What?
Might play tomorrow night.
What?
Yeah.
I like that.
There's more to story. There's more to that story.
I know.
Because we may have seen the last of Matthew Stafford, like for life, which is scary.
Yeah.
We don't know about this. So, back to crapping the bed. Michael Pittman crapped the bed. Thank you very much, Michael Pittman, for your service.
Worst game of the year.
Yeah. There you go. Thank you. We appreciate your service.
Thanks.
Good guy.
Good.
We don't usually put an injury guy on here, but he finished the game, so he's not injury. But Jalen Waddle, what the hell?
1 for 5 and 9 yards.
Worst game of the year.
Get out of here.
Thank you, Jalen Waddle. Right? I have Waddle a lot.
Yeah.
I have a lot of Waddle. I have a lot of Pittman. I have a lot of this next guy, George Pickens. Thank you.
Ooh, 1 for 2 and 2 measly yards.
Gross.
Blech.
Yeah, right? Unbelievable. Travis Etienne.
Not his worst game of the year.
No, but not good.
Yeah.
Not what you expected out of him. He's tailed off.
Mm-hmm.
But he has an injury, so we don't know what's going on with that. So,
And he fumbled the ball.
And he fumbled. Right.
Which, yeah.
Lovely. Thank you. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry.
Another worst game of the year.
Right. Now, if Derrick Henry's on this list next week, that will be the shocker of the year. Because they're playing Jacksonville. And you know what Derrick Henry does against Jacksonville.
Runs right through him.
Yes, literally. Runs them all the way to Miami is what he does. So.
All right, well, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Nick Chubb. Where's he this week? How did you crap the bed against the Houston Texans? Right?
I don't know.
Gross.
He did it.
Yeah. Gus Edwards.
Yeah.
Is he usable?
6 rushing yards.
Yep.
The lead back.
Yep.
He's got 6 rushing yards.
Thank you, Gus Edwards.
What are you doing?
Right. Kenyon Drake got more snaps.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, go figure that backfield out.
Oh, my God.
Have fun with that.
No,
right?
Kenyon Drake. Get out of my head.
Jeff Wilson Jr. Crap the bed.
Yeah, but the last few weeks he's been pretty
absolutely
reliable.
Absolutely. And then he crapped the bed this week.
And he crapped the bed.
Against the Niners. Mm-hmm. Against the home. He goes back home. Goes back to his old team and doesn't even show up. So. Now here's a guy. We haven't seen him on this list all year. We haven't seen him on this list probably in 2 years.
Yeah.
I never thought we'd see this guy on this list all year long. And he makes the list. Travis Kelce. How did that happen?
I mean, sometimes he just maybe had a tummy ache.
Maybe a tummy ache.
Honestly. Like a true mother.
Honestly, you can put every tight end in football other than Otten. And who do we have? We're talking Dulcich, Fant. Every other tight end crapped the bed. George Kittle crapped the bed. TJ Hawkinson crapped the bed.
Did he get hurt?
No. I mean, there was a thing about it, but he came right back in.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Because I could have swore I heard something on TV, and he had like 3 points, and I texted Kenny, and I was like, did he get hurt?
There was nothing. He came back in.
Yeah, but then all of a sudden, he got. I mean, he did get like what 7 points. He ended up with,
which I mean for tight end this week was
not
doable.
That bad. So maybe he shouldn't be on this list.
And then Dawson Knox with a big fat 0. Thank you, Dawson Knox.
Thanks for nothing.
Yeah, love you.
Knox good.
What the hell do we do with Cordell Patterson?
Well, nothing because it's his bye week. So
thanks.
You betcha.
There you go. In general,
I don't know.
This guy, he's another guy. It's like, what? I don't bother with
He
him.
hasn't seen more than 14 touches since week 3.
Well, he's been hurt most of that, but still.
But
that's not good. No. That's a team that runs the ball. That's all they do is run the ball.
Yeah. What the hell do we do with Tony Pollard?
He started him this week.
Yeah. But then Malik Davis comes in and scores a touchdown.
I mean, that was a garbage time touchdown, but I get it. Yeah. I think you just got to play Pollard and hope for the best.
Yeah, I mean, he's still like a valuable play.
Yeah. Yeah. And can we drop...
No, Kenny, we cannot drop anyone.
What do you mean we can't drop anyone?
We can't drop with all these injuries and all these bye weeks. Do not drop anyone.
Anyone.
We're not even going to do the segment. We cannot drop a single person.
Okay.
On to the next one.
Well, okay then. We're not dropping anyone.
We can't drop anyone because our next segment talks about all the news and injuries that you need to
we
keep
can
up
drop
on.
this guy. You can drop Jimmy Garoppolo. Oh my God.
Ouch. That didn't look good.
No.
No.
I hate to say this, but as an Eagles fan, you must be a little relieved. You do not want to play that team in the NFC Championship.
I didn't think about that.
You didn't think about that?
No,
Interesting. Yeah. I was thinking the Niners were going to win the Super Bowl.
Really?
Yes. No, I'm not so sure.
No.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Yeah, you feel bad. How about Lamar Jackson? He's out for a couple weeks. PCL injury.
Yep. Left knee.
Yep.
1 to 3 weeks, but they still say he's week to week.
Yeah, he probably is. He'll be back sooner probably than later.
Mm-hmm.
Won't be too bad. Matthew Stafford's got a spinal cord contusion.
Jeez. He's out for the year, isn't he?
He had numbness in his legs. This is no joke.
No. Oof.
That would really make me sad if this is the end of his career.
Yeah.
I get it. I mean, obviously. I mean, you got to put your family first. Got to put your life first. And he's won a Super Bowl. But I like he's always been my guy, Matthew Stafford. Been one of my guys for years. I would really be upset if we lost him. So,
you know who I was upset that we lost in 2019, who I ended up meeting last night?
Oh, we got to tell people the story.
I met Andrew Luck last night.
That's amazing.
Not every year, but this is the second year I have been a award ceremony, Vanna White type of girl for the NFF, which is the National Football Federation, for college football Hall of Fame players being inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame. So this is my second year. Last year, if you did not know, they inducted some of the big players were Carson Palmer, C.J. Spiller, Darren Sproles, and Carson Palmer. So I got to meet all four of them.
You met Carson Palmer.
That was last year. So this year, I didn't know who I was going to meet going into it, and I was really excited. The only really big one, I sent you the list.
Yeah, right.
The only really big,
Michael Crabtree was on that list, too.
Yes, so yeah. I didn't actually go over and meet him. He was actually on the other side, but I really wanted to meet Andrew Luck, and he was so nice.
Yeah.
I got a picture with him, and then I was like, I'm going to be giving you your award, later on. And he was like, oh, that's so great. And then after everyone got their awards, he did like a speech. And he was so good. Like, why he's not in these State Farm commercials, I don't know, because he was so natural.
Yeah.
He was funny. He was like humbled, and like just talking so highly about all of his, everyone else who was being inducted. And he was just a joy. And one of the girls who was doing the gig with me, she's like, so tell me about this Andrew Luck. So I told her the whole story about all his injuries, as we talked about Stafford, and how he was just done with football. And I said it was so sad because it was like 2 weeks before the season. I had drafted him, I think, in Dynasty. I think I had Luck in Dynasty.
You did.
That is why I have quarterback problems. Anyway.
We put Brissett up for the week, for that year.
Yeah.
Because he was the backup.
Yeah. Yep. But yeah, but he was so nice. He's so thin.
Yeah.
He's not
no athlete body anymore.
Right. I was like, is that it? Like he was backstage going to the bathrooms, and we walked by. I was like, I think that's him. Oh my God, it's kind of dark back there. I'm like, that was him. Yeah. He's so little.
Yeah.
He's little.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I didn't get to meet Michael Crabtree, but he was inducted too. So that was really cool.
There was an article out about an interview that Andrew Luck just had that really explains in depth why he needed to leave football. It's really interesting. I recommend it.
Oh, where do I find that?
I have to look online, but it came out. I saw it on Twitter, and I checked on it. But it's a very complex story for him.
Wow.
And, it's not for everybody.
Yeah.
Like the people like Tom Brady who hurt every single day, but like this is what they're okay. This is what I got to do to play, right? Andrew Luck just wasn't into it.
Yeah.
So be it.
Yeah,
right?
So it was.
It's sad for us. It was sad for me as a fan.
Yes.
God, I loved watching him.
Oh my gosh!
Right?
I know.
Yeah. So, but I'm not surprised that he's a really cool dude.
Yeah,
he was
really cool. And why he doesn't do any like commentating or anything, right?
I think he's just out of football completely.
Like,
that may change, but I mean, I think he's 33.
Yes, he was born in 89.
So I got him right. So he's 33
Yes, he's 33, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
He's still young.
Yeah, he's very young.
Like I said, he was so natural. Like I feel like he'd be a great sports commentator.
Yeah. There should be a story about athletes that, don't get to 30 or 31 or whatever it is before they retire. I mean, like Barry Sanders, right? Barry Sanders played, I think he was 31 or 32, right? And he was still great. And he quit. Calvin Johnson, right?
Oh, Calvin Johnson.
Right? A lot of those guys.
Yeah.
They're done. I'm just interested in like hearing about that.
The story.
Yeah. And you have Tom Brady who won't let go. And it's still
or Kenyon
well.
Drake.
Right, well.
Just kidding. But anyway, it was a really fun night.
I love that. It's great.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
Really glad. Yeah, so I couldn't wait to tell you guys out there.
Yeah, it's a good picture of Christina with Andrew Luck on social media. Check it out. Very good stuff.
Anyway, so back to the news and injuries.
Is Kenneth Walker going to play this week? Please say he's going to play this week.
I hope he's going to play. Hasn't been ruled out yet, but
foot strain.
Ankle strain.
Yeah. But a weird. They call it a weird injury. I don't like that word.
Weird.
Yeah, I don't like that word. That does make me happy. You know that Tony Jones Jr. could be the starting running back for the Seattle Seahawks this week, right?
Who?
Yeah.
Tony Jones Jr.
Tony Jones Jr.
Who is senior?
I mean, you have to ask him. You have to ask him that.
Obviously, his dad, but. Oh, geez.
Is Joe Mixon playing this week, by the way?
He better. I don't know. Maybe he better not.
Yeah.
I think I might be better off if he doesn't play.
I mean, for your Pirine shares, yeah.
I have Pirine everywhere.
Yep.
So maybe he doesn't play. Maybe I hope he doesn't play.
We'll see. Who is not going to play this week? Probably is Cortland Sutton.
Hamstring.
They said it today. He's on the wrong side of questionable, is what they said. So you're probably not seeing Cortland Sutton this week against the Chiefs. Not that they were going to be the Chiefs anyway, but forget it.
Yeah.
So will we see Treylon Burks after that touchdown that he caught and then a concussion that came from it?
Oh, that was sad too. I know.
Yeah.
That was scary, and he just got back.
Yeah.
Is he going to be one of these injury-prone players now?
He had a rough preseason, too.
I know.
Yep. He might be. We'll have to see.
I like him.
He's a good player.
He's another one of my players who was in that I needed to. I mean, he did end up getting, like 7 points or something?
Yep.
But still, I needed him to come through for me this week, and he gets hurt.
He caught the touchdown. That was it.
Yeah, at least he caught. At least it got me 7 points.
And another guy you're not going to see this week is Hayden Hurst.
Yeah. Another one of my tight ends I literally have everywhere.
Yep.
Ugh.
Got to find replacements.
Looks like I'm firing up Mike Gesicki.
No.
In Dynasty.
Don't do it.
Who else am I going to do? Oh, Trey McBride?
Yeah.
Trey McBride or Gesicki? Seriously? Those are my options. And it's not like I can just go to the waiver wire. There's nothing on the waiver wire. It's a cesspool of no tight ends.
Yes. Probably playing Gesicki. Oh, man. That's brutal. Speaking of tight ends, who the hell is Connor Haywood?
Oh, Connor Haywood. I'll tell you all about
Connor Haywood.
He's a tight end, and he's actually a fullback.
Oh, he's both.
Yeah, plays on the Steelers. He is 23 years old, 6 foot, 230 pounds. He's from Michigan State. He was drafted this past draft. Round 6, 208th pick. His father is actually a Pro Bowler, Craig Hayward. And he was
I didn't know he was Craig Hayward's kid.
Yeah, so it's Craig Hayward's kid. And
Wow.
Craig played on he played on a bunch of teams.
Absolutely.
But had a pretty long career and was in the Pro Bowl, I think, in 95.
Wow.
I read. But yeah, that's Connor Hayward.
Well, I know what else about Connor Hayward is that he stole a touchdown from Pat Fryermuth. So thank you, Connor Hayward.
Yes, thanks.
We appreciate you completely killing a fantasy team. Thank you. We appreciate it. You're a nice guy.
Why do these teams have 2 tight ends? Do you need 2 tight ends? Like actively playing?
Yeah.
No. 1 is good enough. Unless one gets hurt. You don't need to put in these
Well, they want to dilute the pool even more to make it worse for us.
I mean, aren't these coaches thinking about our fantasy football teams?
Seriously. All right.
It's time. Get that good waiver wire that will set your team on fire. So don't misfire or he will go to the highest buyer. Don't wait too long because you know they expire. You're required to aspire the highest waiver wire.
Cam Akers? Anybody?
I mean, he's not available in any of my leagues, but you can try.
I picked him up a couple places.
Really?
Yeah, he was. He's available. Not a lot. A little bit here and there.
Yeah.
But he was available.
Mm-hmm.
DJ Dallas.
Who also has an ankle injury.
Right. I mean, I don't know if he's going to play.
Right. So
it's Tony Jones Jr. So Tony Jones Jr., you're interested?
Maybe after midnight. Oh, I mean, do we even... No, I'm not interested. I don't know what this guy does.
Right. The one time he played last year, he played Thanksgiving night last year, and he was awful.
Well...
He was playing for the Saints last year.
There you go.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. Maybe for free.
Yeah.
But no.
Mm-hmm. Very, very complex. Who's going to play the running back for the Seattle Seahawks this week? We do not know.
I don't want any
part of this broadcast. We do not know.
I do not want any part of it.
Yep.
Unless it's Kenneth Walker.
Tyler Huntley?
Yeah.
You're interested in him?
I am.
Okay.
With all these injuries and all these bye weeks, why not? They play Pittsburgh this week. He was 27 for 32. 187 yards wasn't great, but and an interception. But he rushed for 41 yards too.
Right.
I mean, I'll give him a shot.
I'm streaming him in several leagues. I have a feeling Mark Andrews is going to have a real big week.
Ooh. I'm down with it.
Yeah.
He needs it.
Because they don't. Not like they have anybody else to throw to.
We haven't seen Mark Andrews on our highs. Maybe.
Not since his injury.
Yeah.
Nope. He started off pretty well and then got hurt. Yeah.
Yeah.
James Cook, anybody?
Yeah, Buffalo running back, 51% owned. I think he was probably the best option.
He's more than 51% owned now. That's for sure.
No, mama. Maverick's home. Sorry. Had to take a quick Maverick high break.
I just did. Hi.
He calls me Dada. He looks right at me.
And he looks right. He just stares at me like, who's this dude?
No, not Dada. I'm Mama, Maverick. Can you say Mama? Mama. Mama? No.
It's hilarious.
This is what I'm dealing with, guys.
This is it.
He will not say Mama. Little stinker. Anyway, sorry.
Anyway.
Back to the
Speaking
podcast.
Of, James Cook.
James Cook.
And then after James Cook, it's late night. It's early morning.
Early morning. It's actually
definitely early morning.
Early morning, yeah.
And we need to know who is right for you in those early morning hours.
Do you feel weird singing this song with Maverick staring at you?
I mean... I teach him young. That's okay. He needs to know where he came from. That's right.
My husband said he needs to know where he came from because everyone knows that I am an early morning girl.
Sean was an after midnight thought. He was an early morning
Sean
thought.
wasn't an after midnight thought.
Picked him up.
No.
Would you pick up Brock Purdy?
These names. Yes.
Brock Purdy.
Only people with sexy names have to be on our after midnight.
Absolutely. Brock. Come on, Brock.
Purdy. Only 6% owned. Hey, he went 25 for 37. You know, this is San Fran's quarterback, if you didn't know that.
Do it for me, Brock.
2 touchdowns. He was the final pick of the 2022 draft.
Mr. Irrelevant.
Mr. Irrelevant.
Now the starting quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers. It's hilarious. And if that doesn't tickle your fancy, how about, Homer?
Homer?
Travis Homer.
Like Homer Simpson?
Like Travis Homer Simpson. Who may not play.
Yeah. He also has a
Because he's a
knee
running
sprain.
back for the Seattle Seahawks. And we don't know he's going to play.
Oh, God.
So then it goes to Tony Jones Jr.
Oof. That's even more nasty. I got one.
Ooh, we have one.
What about, you might need to help me with his name.
Yeah, go for it.
Nick Westbrook
Akine.
Akine.
Nick Westbrook Akine.
Because, Treylon Burks is injured again.
I have a guy who was on the Who the Hell list. Remember Chig? Remember Chig Okonkwo?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. There's a tight end for you.
And did you also see that River Craycraft almost got a catch?
Almost
got a catch this week.
We like the fantasy football community to know that this show is a River Craycraft stan show. It's all about River Craycraft on this show.
I really want River Craycraft to be a thing. I really do.
Yes.
gosh. As soon as he almost caught that ball, I was very excited for nothing.
We are the #1 River Craycraft. We're gonna send this to River
club.
Craycraft and say we are your #1 fans.
Oh my gosh. We're gonna start a River Craycraft fan club.
Exactly.
So stupid.
Right?
Send your fan letters to Christina Shaw.
Our Vegas
P.O. Box.
Yeah, care of Our Vegas Fantasy. We'll make sure River sees this. And we'll have him on the show in the summertime.
Oh my god. We'll fly him in with my Southwest points.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever laughed so hard on this podcast.
River Craycraft. It's no longer, the show is no longer called Our Vegas Fantasy. It's called Our River Craycraft is the name of the show.
Oh, man.
Yes.
Oh, good times here.
Indeed.
I'm really going to miss this in 4 more weeks.
I know. We need to find content in the spring just to keep going.
No, I need a
Christina's
break.
like, no, I need a break. I need 6 months off.
Or a higher salary.
Sure. Well, yeah. Well, that's easy. I can pay you a penny. Easy. It's your salary. You got a raise.
Now I got the giggles. I can't. Oh gosh.
Yep.
Overthought of the week.
So, in the podcast league, we didn't know Deebo Samuel was going to play. Deebo Samuel, the ultimate game time decision, right? So, I thought starting George Pickens would be fine. Right?
Yeah.
Until he gets 1.6, and Deebo ends up playing and gets like 12.5. Nothing great, but I would have won.
Oh. Sorry, Kenny.
There've been more of that this year, these game time decisions.
Well, the Mixon one was kind of scary. Although they came out with that a lot earlier than we thought, but going into that was kind of like, because it was a 1:00 game.
Right.
Do you play Lazard, who was playing earlier, and I had a couple of those issues, and I actually have Lazard and P. Ryan a lot. And sometimes I like to spread out my players. Like I don't want to play P. Ryan everywhere and then have him crap the bed and then be like, why didn't I play Lazard in one of these,
Yeah.
So I had this issue where I was like, should I play in the flex? Should I play Lazard or P. Ryan? And I put in Lazard. And if I would have played P. Ryan, I would have won.
Yep.
Because I was like,
You don't know. It's tough.
it's a crapshoot.
Or the people that sat Fournette because Fournette was playing Monday night and then Fournette comes in and gets 14 points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It is. So, yeah. Not much you can do sometimes. Sometimes you just have to go with your gut.
Or sometimes you have to sit there and watch Sunday Night Football and curse at the TV because Maher missed his field goal and got me negative points to lose my football week. Are you f***ing kidding me?
Oh my God. That's.
And then I was like, okay, well, the game's still going on. Maybe and Kenny's like, you might get the kick.
I kept
and
saying
then
it.
They go for 2 points. Get out of here.
It's true. That sucks.
Yeah, kickers. I think next year I am going to prioritize kickers more. Look at how good. Have you realized this year that kickers have done very well? Look at Koo. I mean, he's won me games.
He's lost me a couple games too.
Yeah, but I mean, so is Mixon, and
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
And so is players in general aren't going to be perfect all year.
I like having a good kicker. I like. Listen, Daniel Carlson is on a lot of my rosters.
Yeah,
Makes me happy to have him.
Yes,
Reliable.
Yes,
Yeah.
And I think. And I always think this, but I always, because, when you take a kicker kind of, not on the early side, but not last, I'm not going to take a kicker last anymore.
That's fair.
I'm going to take him maybe third to last.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then do maybe a defense or do, a dart throw and then a defense. Because
I would rather take a kicker early than a defense early.
Agreed.
Because kickers, at least you know who the kicker is. The only thing that you can't control with the kicker is if they get opportunities or not. But, like, I want Carlson because Carlson's going to make his kicks.
Yeah.
Justin Tucker's going to make his kicks.
Cool.
Right?
He's going to make his kicks.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes he won't. But, like, Graham Gano is going to make his kicks.
Yeah.
Nick Folk usually makes his kicks. Like, they're kickers that are, like, you just want Harrison Butker. They're going to make their kicks. So you want guys like, you can't control the opportunities, but you at least don't want to get guys that miss.
Yeah.
Like, that's just, that's the worst.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, he didn't make the kick. That's fine. No, I lost a point.
Yeah. I get it.
So frustrating.
I hear you.
Anyway.
Yeah. Now, on that note, while you're frustrated, what?
It's Wednesday night. Who should you choose? Make the right choice so you win, not lose. Starter sit, starter sit, starter sit. Okay.
Got a bunch, right?
Oh, yes, we
From our
do.
our 6 loyal listeners.
No, we have lots of loyal listeners. Okay.
7?
No, we've at least 9. So, Gret, this is a great question, Gret.
Yep.
I'm so glad she sent us a question.
She's going to become a multi-league player, by the way.
I'm excited. I want to face her. Come at me, Gret. Let's go, girl.
Do it.
Let's
Good
go.
I like
Let's
it.
go. I want to do an all-female league.
She's actually, she and I are fighting for a playoff spot. In the league
Ooh.
we're in.
Gret.
Of course.
Gret. Take them down. Kick them where it hurts.
Wow.
Steelers players. Okay, anyway. All right. So she has a flex question. This is a very good question.
Yeah.
This is very hard. Slayton, James Cook, or Cam Akers, who plays on Thursday. So she's going to have to make this decision.
Wow.
I know. Now, Slayton, they're going to play Philly. Like, I think I would go with Slayton if they weren't playing Philly, but...
I can't trust James Cook yet.
No. Agreed.
Can't do it. It's full PPR, right?
I do not know.
I'm going to assume it is. It's hard to sit Slayton, and it's hard to trust Akers. But I would listen. Here's the thing. The Raiders can't stop you.
Right.
So I kind of would go Akers.
I think I'm going Akers, too.
It's a weird thing to say that, but I don't think I trust Slayton against the Eagles.
I don't either.
And you can't play Cook yet, so I
No.
think you're going Akers.
I'm going Akers, too.
I think it's who you're going with.
I'm going Akers, too.
That's a tough one.
I know.
I would read, like for me, I'm on Twitter all the time. I'm reading practice reports. I just want to make sure Kyron Williams is not going to play much. Like they really phase Kyron Williams out.
Yeah.
And there's also a chance Baker's starting tomorrow night, which will be very interesting. There's a chance of it.
So it might not be such a bad game after all.
Yeah, start the Raiders. Start the Raiders defense if you're ever going to do it.
And watch it while you're doing something else.
Right, probably. I think I'm going Akers.
I'm going Akers, too.
Yeah.
All right, Dennis has got one. Oh, wait, that's an old one. Okay, so this is a really good one. So he wants to flex one of these players, but I'm going to give you all these flex options. Then I'm also going to give you his running backs and his wide receivers that he has.
All right.
He wants to flex Connor, Etienne, Ayuk, Hollywood Brown, or Kirk.
One?
Yes. Now, wait a minute. His running backs are Pollard and Ramondre, and his wide receivers are CeeDee Lamb and DK Metcalf.
Automatic starts.
See, now I'm kind of going. I think you should sit Pollard. I know he's got a good matchup, but you don't really know what he's doing nowadays. I would put Connor in your RB slot with Ramondre. Keep your wide receivers the same, and I would flex Ayuk.
I'm not playing Ayuk with Brock Purdy.
Brock Purdy.
I'm not. That to me is a sit.
I know, but he's.
I would play Connor. I'm playing Connor and Pollard. I'm taking guaranteed touches over a guy that we don't know if he's going to see the ball with a rookie quarterback.
But Ayuk's been so good.
I know, but he has a massive downgrade at quarterback. We don't know if Purdy can play, and they're playing in the Bucs.
Yeah, which means they're going to have to throw a lot.
Yeah, but they may not be able to.
I
think Connor should be in there, although they're playing New England, but Connor should be in there. I think it's Connor and Pollard for me.
Yeah, and I would either go that way or I don't know. I think if you want to play it safe, go with Kenny's route. But I think if you want to spice things up a little bit, go with Ayuk.
I just don't know with Ayuk. I love Ayuk. Ayuk's
I
won
know
me a lot of matchups this year.
Yeah.
But I don't know about Ayuk this week.
All right.
That's a tough one.
I'm
going Connor Pollard. That's what I'm doing.
All right. Next one is I need 2 running backs, PPR. He said bye week sucks in week 14. His choices are Sanders, Mostert, Pacheco, or White at San Fran.
Miles Sanders.
Yeah, you're not doing Mostert.
Yeah.
I would say Sanders or even Pacheco. Pacheco's been pretty good.
Pacheco's been good, but he's not a pass catcher. He also needs to get in the end zone. Miles Sanders plays the Giants.
Giants, yeah.
I'm going Miles Sanders.
Yeah, I'm going Miles Sanders too. And I have an interesting one too. Not really interesting, but
for you.
Yeah. So if Jamal Williams, no, I'm not Jamal. If Walker doesn't play, I think I'm going to put Pacheco in, and then in my flex, I don't have anyone because McLaurin's on a bye, Drake London's on a bye, Lazard's on a bye, Goddard and Herbert are freaking on IR. Which Can I drop either one of them? I don't think I can drop Goddard.
Goddard's playing next week.
Yeah, could I drop Herbert?
I wouldn't drop him.
No, because the issue
I think he's gonna come back next week.
Is I need to drop one of these guys.
Oh.
What do I, like?
It's a 10-team league, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, Herbert's kind of droppable in a 10-team league. We don't know if Herbert's coming back. We think he is.
Or do I just drop Drake London? I guess I could drop London.
I wouldn't drop London.
No?
No, London's like the only option they have in Atlanta right now.
Yeah.
I would not drop him.
All right. So I did pick up Nico Collins.
I like Nico Collins right now.
Yeah, so I put him in the flex.
Yep.
What do you think about that?
I mean, I like Nico Collins. I would like him more if Brandon Cooks isn't playing, but I still like him. The thing is, Nico Collins doesn't have a ceiling.
Yeah.
Like, Nico Collins, maximum's getting you 15.
You're right.
And probably isn't even getting that. He's probably getting 10 to 12.
So
but he might get you 10 to 12.
So if Walker plays, should I put Pacheco in Nico Collins' place?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would do that.
Okay. Hopefully that is my.
Yeah.
And do I drop Koo to pick up another kicker? That's going to hurt.
Who's out there?
I mean, I'm going to
have to. Is Gano out there?
I have to drop a kicker because I have to drop somebody unless I drop Herbert to pick up another kicker and keep Koo.
I don't think Koo is all that.
I do.
I don't. Not my favorite. So, if Gano's out there, if Maher's out there, if
Maher. F. Maher.
Okay,
I am not
Maher.
dealing with
freaking
so not Maher.
Not Brett Maher.
Oh, my God. McManus, Wright, McPherson, Dicker, Gold.
Oh, McPherson.
Yeah, that's who I was actually thinking about picking up.
Dicker, too. Dicker's been pretty good.
Yeah.
Dicker the kicker.
Dicker the kicker.
Yeah. McPherson,
Jay,
though. McPherson
Sanders,
for sure.
Circa, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Do you have any?
I had an interesting problem last night, and I already made the decision, but I want to know who you think I should have done. So, I had Fields on bye. I had to get a quarterback. I ended up having to get Tyler Huntley. I had to drop one of these players to get Tyler Huntley.
Ooh.
It was Pacheco or Fournette, which I'm never going to drop either of them, right? Christian Watson.
Ooh.
Olave.
Oh, no.
Pickens.
Oh.
Pittman. Or Judy.
I would say Pittman or Judy.
I dropped Judy.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I ended up dropping.
You can't do Pacheco. You can't do Olave.
Yep.
Because when the ball hits your hand and you run as fast as you can't drop Olave.
Don't drop Olave.
Oh, man.
Don't drop Olave.
Don't drop Olave, man.
I asked my friend Scott last night, and he actually talked me into this. Pacheco or Fournette?
Pacheco.
And he told me about, he said Fournette, and I thought about that. I think he's right. Because Fournette caught all the balls this week.
Yeah. But Pacheco's been good these last couple weeks.
He's been good, but he needs to get a touchdown.
Yeah.
Like Fournette can win without scoring.
I think it's a dart throw, either one.
It is, absolutely.
But in a week like this, you must.
You must. Mike Evans or Gabe Davis?
Oh, they're both just stinky.
It's got to be Mike Evans, right?
I mean, he's
been terrible.
He's been so bad. As a Mike Evans owner, I don't want to tell you to start Mike Evans, Kenny.
Uh-huh. I get you.
I'm kind of thinking Gabe Davis, honestly.
I mean, Davis hasn't been great either.
I know, but he has a better matchup this week.
Gabe Davis or George Pickens?
Pickens.
Wow. Pickens was awful this past week.
It's just
but you know what? He probably, the squeaky wheel theory, he probably talked himself into a lot of targets this week.
Yes, so I'm going with Pickens. I'm just so fed up with Gabe Davis and Mike Evans.
I get it. So.
Thanks for nothing, guys.
Thank you. All right. We've been thanking a lot of players who are killing us. And now, speaking of death.
So morbid.
There you go. Dearly beloved, we're gathered here today to end the fantasy season of the man that they affectionately call Jimmy G. Because they don't want to pronounce his last name, but it's very simple. Jimmy Garoppolo. They say it's not a broken foot, but he's out for the year. And thus, we can probably bury the San Francisco 49ers. Rest in peace.
Bye.
Bye. Indeed. But, dearly beloved,
who are we raising?
We are gathered here to raise from the dead the fantasy career and season of Cam Akers.
At least for the last week or two.
He's alive! Cam Akers. Okay.
All right. Great.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, Cam Akers. It's we're not like jumping for joy over this.
I know.
It's like, yay, Cam Akers is back.
Yay,
okay.
Cam Akers.
Hey.
Woohoo.
I know.
And on that note,
thanks for listening.
I hope you make your push for a win for your season.
That's it.
2022 for the playoffs.
Next week we go to the playoffs.
Gosh.
As we're winding down in the 2022 season.
It's exciting.
Yep. Hope you enjoyed our Vegas Fantasy, otherwise known as the River Cray Craft Stand Show. I'm Kenny Davidsen.
And I'm Christina Shaw.
Night.
Don't forget to rate us.
Bye.
5 stars. Bye.
5 stars. River Cray.